Unless you are very young, almost everyone knows who Underdog is, along with his famous line of,
There is no need to fear. Underdog is here.
Underdog first appeared on Saturday Morning in October of 1964, and he's been around ever since. The popular cartoon ran from 1964 to 1973. He was also a balloon in the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade from 1964 to 1984. And he's been playing in reruns around the world ever since. There was an attempt to make a live-action film of the character a few years ago, but that film is best forgotten. But who is Underdog really? Where did he come from? Is he from another planet like Superman? Who are his parents? Was his name really just Shoeshine Boy? And what's up with those controversial Underdog Super Energy pills? We're going to try to answer those questions and more on this episode of I Did Not Know That. Hey, welcome to I Did Not Know That, and thanks for visiting. And make sure you check out all the other videos. Ever wonder about something? Maybe you'll find it here. Make sure you hit like and subscribe below to help support this channel. Well, let's get started. TV Guide ranked Underdog 23rd in their 50 greatest cartoon characters of all time list. But what did we ever really know about Underdog and his origins? Almost nothing. Unlike Superman or Batman or even Captain Underpants, the cartoon never gave any backstory about who he was or how he became a superhero. We only know that he is called Shoeshine Boy until someone calls for help, and then he changes into Underdog. That was about it. But just a few years back, the creators of Underdog released a book called How Underdog Was Born. And now, after more than half a century later, we finally have the backstory of who Underdog is and where he came from. For this next part, just to make it more interesting, I'm going to throw up some lousy Photoshop pictures I made to help tell the untold Underdog backstory that the creators said are the origins of Underdog. We learn in the book that, unlike Superman, he did not come from another planet. He grew up in West Virginia. His mom was a poet named Molly Barker, and his dad's name was Lewis N. Clark. And we can assume that that was Underdog's name also because he was called Junior. His dad had been a coal miner, but had escaped the coal mines because he was such an excellent tracker. During the trial of an evil dentist, the dentist escaped. The dentist had been charged with painfully pulling perfectly good teeth and overcharging his patients. While tracking the dastardly dentist, Lewis was hit by a train. He hadn't heard it coming because of his poor hearing. But Lewis lived long enough to ask Junior to finish the job and bring the evil dentist to justice. Junior then tracks the dentist back to the coal mines, but doesn't realize the demented dentist had set a trap for him. When Junior enters the mine, the dentist blows up the opening and begins filling it with laughing gas. At that exact moment, lightning hits the mine and the gas, and it all explodes. In a very strange freak of nature, the coal is instantly turned into diamonds. And while laughing hysterically because of the gas, Junior's body is infused with superpowers. Molly Barker, his mother, learns of his new powers and makes Junior promise to stay humble and help underdogs all his life. And that's how Junior got his superhero name. He took on the persona of Shoeshine Boy to stay humble so that no matter what fame might come his way with his powers, he would keep his feet on the ground.
I have your ring here.
The secret compartment of my ring I fill with an Underdog Super Energy pill.
While the creators of Underdog never tell where or how Underdog gets his super energy pills, they do reveal why they put them in the Underdog story. They felt that every hero needs to have a weakness or an Achilles heel, and that is what the Underdog Super Energy pills were for. How so? Their logic was that even a superhero with 200 times normal strength would tire if forced to expend 200 times the normal amount of energy. So he would grow weak like a battery and need to be recharged, which is what happens to Underdog if he's pushed too far. A bit like when Popeye starts to lose his fights and then eats his spinach. It also allowed his enemies to believe Underdog was finished, and they were shocked when he suddenly is as strong as ever when he secretly pops an energy pill to instantly regain full super strength. They also put the pill in his ring, so it created all sorts of problems. The ring could be lost, cleaned, stolen, or the secret discovered. And then the ring or pill could only be found at the last nail-biting minute. But little did they know that this idea would cause problems for the future of the show. In the 1970s, all scenes showing Underdog taking his super energy pills were deleted because they feared children might copy Underdog and try eating pills to gain superpowers. When Underdog was syndicated in the 80s and the 90s, the scenes of him taking his energy pill were edited out altogether. Then a few years later, the scenes were put back in, but Underdog would say super vitamin pill instead of super energy pill. Some devout fans of the show were not happy and said it was bowing to political correctness. Now you know the secret origins of Underdog and also about the pill scandal. I have to admit, I started watching it as a young kid, and the thought never entered my mind to go take an unknown pill for super strength. It's been reported that an animated Underdog film by DreamWorks will be coming out in 2023. Maybe they'll finally tell his origins in this one. Hope you enjoyed this little blast from the past. Thanks for watching.
There's no need to fear. Underdog is here.